how we would make fat balls. So there was these here, and one of the questions we were asked was what we do with the fat balls and how we feed the birds with them. So we're going to show you how we do that. We're also going to show you what we feed the birds, because that's another question we've been asked. We love feeding the birds because we enjoy watching them. It's very therapeutic. We watch them as a family. My son enjoys watching them as well. And the birds also need extra feeding at certain times of the year. So I personally enjoy watching the birds myself. My husband is actually the expert and he's the one who feeds them and looks after them. So I'm going to pass you over to my husband, Steve, who can tell you a little bit more about how we feed the birds.
We feed the birds in a few different ways. First of all, the fat balls, which we've made in the previous video. These just pop into a nice cage holder like this. Starlings can hang off that really easily. We've also got this, which goes on our bird table. So the fat balls, we make them to a ball size, but they can easily be just squished down a little bit. You could make them into a square. This works just as well. And this will hang up on our bird table. I'll show you that in a second. So sunflower hearts, that's probably the best food you can give your birds in your garden. So if you're only going to feed one thing in your garden, then make it sunflower hearts. They just go in a nice container like this. Finches, small birds, sparrows can get their beaks in there and they can get the sunflower hearts out. Loads of energy in sunflower hearts, and they do go a bit mad for those at times. We keep all of our feed in nice sturdy containers, stored in the garage so that the rats can't get at them. So soon the nests will have young chicks in them. So we've got mealworms. Easy enough to feed these. You can just feed them dry. Best way is to soak them in some water to rehydrate them, and then just sieve the water away. And if you leave them in there too long, they just go really soft and disintegrate to nothing. So the birds will just feed those to their chicks, and plenty of energy in that too. We have Niger Seeds because we have some finches in our garden. So Niger Seeds just come bagged up, really small holes there, little black seeds, Niger Seeds. And finches, they absolutely love those. They go mad for them. So we give a good supply of them. They do last for quite a while in that feeder there, because it is only the finches, mainly goldfinches, that take those for us. Peanuts, you've always got peanuts. They go in a wire holder, simply so that the birds peck the peanuts out, can't choke on them by getting too big a lump that way. You'd always want to put them in a holder of some description. Peanuts have to be certified for garden birds. Ones that are not certified for garden birds could contain something that would not be good for the garden birds, so it's always important to get them from a good supplier. And we use mixed bird seed in a holder. This comes apart really easily, as do all of these. Really important to keep this stuff clean. So this comes apart, completely comes apart. You can wash it, dry it, refill it, and we just buy just a mixed bird seed. It's just a general purpose mix. The cheaper ones tend to have too much corn in them. Paying a bit more for the bird mix does mean you've got a better mix of seeds in there, which goes down a lot better with the birds. And finally, something we've just tried using this year for the first time, Suet Pellets, similar to the fat ball really. And again, just from like a peanut style feeder, the birds chip away at those. Just a bit of variety for the birds. So let me show you where we place. I'll take a couple of these with me. So down to our bird feeding station. We've got this hanger here, works really well, and these just hang up really nicely. It's a little bit out in the open, so the birds don't all like this one. Some of them prefer down the bottom here, where we've got, take some of our mealworms, our third place here, and I'll put the suet blocks there as well, so put some mealworms there, and that will hang on there as well quite nicely. This is nice and close to a tree, close to a fence, so robins, the more shy birds, they're more keen to use that one there. The one over here is a bit more exposed, they like that one less. So finally, just want to draw your attention to the water. It's really important to have fresh water available for the birds. In the winter, when it's icy, you've got to keep that clear of ice, refresh it. Even when it's cold, the birds do need water. They will still need to bathe, but importantly, they'll need to drink as well. And you can see the garden behind us. There's a wren that loves pecking around in this. If we kept this immaculate and clean, then the wren wouldn't have anywhere to go, wouldn't have any cover. Yeah, so being too tidy can be a bad thing for your birds too. So we like to keep it a little bit natural in the edges to the garden. So yeah, so please subscribe to our channel. We keep loads of videos on here for things around the home, things on the allotment, and you'll see more from what we're doing in our garden with the birds too. And obviously like and give us a comment too. Let us know what birds are visiting your bird tables and your bird feeders in your gardens too.